rock stars. It's Coach Brett, and today I'm really excited to be talking to you about how to be successful at triathlon. This is a really cool subject, and it's a little bit different than what you think. So let's get started with how not to be successful. And this works with triathlon and nearly everything in life. This is so cool. The way to not be successful is to not be happy. The way to not be happy is to set expectations and goals and define your success by whether or not you reach these goals. So goals are great for short term, and to push you to another level, but the problem is with these goals is that once you reach them, they feel good for at most a few weeks, and then you're searching for the next thing. So you'll never be permanently happy with saying, I want to do this, I want to do that, and then you get there and then you realize, well, you still want to do more, So let me give you some examples. There's one that's coming up for me right now is I signed up for the 100-mile run race in trail running in Huntsville this February, and I want to get the belt buckle. You have to go under 24 hours to get the belt buckle, and I want that belt buckle. But let's say I succeed, then I get the belt buckle. Well, I'm happy for a while, but then there's going to be something else, right? You want to do a sub 6-hour half Ironman, or you want to beat this one person at a 5K or something like that. These goals are very short-lived, and they're very short-lived, short-focused, narrow view. And in Zen, they teach that to be happy, to be successful at something, to be powerful at something, you have to love it. And it's a lot like loving a family member. You have to kind of love it unconditionally. So if you have a family member and you judge them first off, you're judging them as whether or not they're a success or not by whether they get into law school or get A's on their next report card. They're going to view you, and you're going to view them as this constant, give and take relationship, and you better be on the winning side of it or the relationship's no good. But you meet people and families that just love unconditionally and support. It's kind of like a flower that just blossoms, and it just gets bigger and better and more powerful and just more and more wonderful, and the people are able to enjoy each other for everything that they do and celebrate everything that they do. So there's the belief that to love something is to understand, and it's a really cool quote. To love is to understand, and to understand is to love. So let's say there's a significant other person in your life, and you love them. Well, to love them really means that you understand everything about them, and you understand how they see the world, what makes them happy, and you're there for them you're there for them to help them because you know what makes them happy, and same vice versa back to you. So you can kind of see where I'm getting at. So to be successful at triathlon is to love the sport of triathlon pretty much unconditionally, and to love it unconditionally, you have to be dedicated to learning about it and to understanding it. And that was a big transformation for me, where of course I got into triathlon for looking back, kind of shallow reasons, just like a lot of people do. I want to be fast, I want to do this certain race, or I want to be specifically, I want to beat a person, or I wanted to get a top ranking in my age group. And then over time, what happened was I fell in love with the sport, and now I view success as learning more about myself And every day through the sport, I learned so much more about myself. I use triathlon as a tool to, I was just interviewed about this the other day, I was talking about this, to peel back another layer of that onion to find out more about myself. And if that's the approach that you have, you can never fail at triathlon. So just for an example, the last race for sure, the Iron Baby, and the last few events that I've gone out and done for sure, instead of trying to focus on having with an exact time or a certain result of, you know, time-based result or beating a person or something like that, I went into it with the mindset of, I'm going to use this opportunity to learn more about myself. I'm going to learn about nutrition, how my body responds to certain foods, to certain temperatures, to certain levels, and how can I find that zone where your heart rate's perfect, the level of exertion is perfect, and the fueling is perfect, and the hydration is perfect, so everything's working perfectly. Where is that zone, you know? And how can I get more in that and stay in it longer for a better result? So the result is like a symptom of the love for the sport and taking it in all of its facets and everything that it does. You know, triathlon isn't just about finishing a distance. It's about the training. It's about training at night. It's about training during the day. It's about eating the right foods. It's about eating the wrong foods and learning about it. It's about meeting people that help you. It's about meeting people that hurt you and make you a worse triathlete and learning to stay away from people like that. It's about learning that you spend too much time on Twitter talking about training and not actually training itself, you know? It's the whole big picture. And when you see that for what it is and learn to love it, then at that point, then pretty much all distances are available to you, all speeds, all layers, versions of happiness, all kinds of results are available to you because you're no longer attaching yourself to one specific thing. It's like you're taking in the whole thing. So that's how you get to be really successful at triathlon. Success is happiness. When you're happy, then that is true success. And to be happy, you have to just let it be and really enjoy the sport for everything that it is. Beautiful, ugly, everything. So on that note, I want to talk for a minute about Base Camp. Base Camp is the nutrition and training camp that we put on by ZenTri. This year it's going to be in San Diego. It's going to be January 15th through the 17th, I think. And but anyway, it's Martin Luther King weekend. I don't have the notes in front of me right now. It's on Martin Luther King weekend in San Diego, and it's there's registration spots still available. You go to this website, zentriathlon.com/basecamp, and there's a link to it. And we have 2 pro triathletes. We have John Hirsch and Jesse Stinsland. Just unbelievable pro triathletes, and they're going to show us the tips and tricks that they use to be fast, really, really fast. So you can learn the speed stuff from them, and then also how they balance all that hardcore training with their family life and with their own personal issues, things like that. And then we have Christine Lynch, who is our holistic health expert, and she's a nutrition dynamo, and she can talk. She's going to cook a meal for us every day, and she's going to talk with us every day about how to eat better so that you have better results, not just for triathlon, but for life, for the rest of your life. She's changed my diet for the rest of my life, and I love it, man. I love the way I feel. And then also we have the famous Rich Roll, who just published a vegan cookbook and who has done 2 Ultramans and was winning the swim, and he got I think he was winning the bike after the swim when he wrecked on his bike the last time. So he's gonna give us demonstrations on cooking and just proper nutrition and training ideas and how to keep up your energy levels and great. He's just a great success story in the sport. So the number one question I get about this camp is, hey, I get emails like this. Hey, I want to come to camp, but I'm slow and I just couldn't keep up. So I'm thinking about not coming, but can I come? And the answer to that question, people, is this camp is perfect for you. If you're slow, it's just great, man. We're gonna help you learn how to speed up. It's the best thing. We're gonna the nutrition, the workouts that make you faster. This is not a workout camp where we're gonna go for epic, unbelievably paced bikes, runs, and swims. What we're gonna do is we're gonna work on form. We're gonna fix form. We're gonna videotape your form, let you watch your own form on video, so that you can see what you're doing wrong. And then you're gonna have the pros there that are gonna show you how to do it right. We do bike fitting. And by the way, at the bottom of this posting, if you're watching this on my website, just below this is a video for the last year's base camp where we show bike fitting and the amount of time and effort we spend with getting people fit on their bikes correctly. And so yeah, and we do nutrition to help you get the energy that you need inside your body to get going, and just the experts that we have milling around the house, the facility, that you're gonna have access to all day long for 3-4 days straight. It's just unbelievable, man. I put on the camp and I just can't believe the information that I get out of it every time that this happens. So that's what ZenTri Base Camp is. So if you're on the fence about it because you're worried that we're gonna go for a 100-mile bike ride, what, buddy? Okay, I'll get you something to eat in just a second.
I want a sandwich.
Okay, I'll make you a sandwich. Okay, close the door. I'm almost done. So if you're on the fence about signing up because you're worried we're going to go on a 100-mile bike ride at 20 miles an hour, that's not the case at all. We're going to go on slow bike rides and watch each other watch each other's form and take notes on what's going on. We're going to go for easy runs and watch each other's form, and we're going to sit down around a big table of amazing food every day and have people describe what elements of food really works for them and what doesn't work for them, and the amount of knowledge that you'll get from attending this is just absolutely amazing. I feel really lucky to have got the cast that we have putting this thing together, and it's the exact same cast as last year, and the people that went last year loved it. It was nuts, man. It was great. So I gotta go. My son's asking for a sandwich, so I'm gonna make him a really healthy sandwich so he can go out and ride his bike all afternoon. Okay? Oh, and I promised that this wouldn't be another indoor video, but we got a front coming through, and it's so windy outside. It's like helicopters are landing out there is what it sounds like. So anyway, stay tuned. Got more coming up, and have a happy Thanksgiving, man. All right, bye.